We have some major news right now. Disney Plus celebrities are coming out and asking people to boycott Disney Plus, Hulu, and other streaming services provided by ABC and Disney following the Jimmy Kimmel suspension. This is significant.
For Disney Plus, yeah, y'all could go ahead hit the road, Jack. Don't come around here no more. Disney Plus, y'all could go ahead hang it up flat screen if that's how y'all get down. Listen, y'all need to ask Target how we get down for real, okay? Because to this day, Target still don't know if they coming or going. Listen, honey, it ain't nothing for me to drop y'all like a bad habit. Because the only reason why I had Disney Plus is so I could watch the new version of the Proud Family. And I caught up on all the episodes, so...
Hi guys, my name is Esther Daniel and you're welcome back to the channel. So Disney really thought suspending Jimmy Kimmel was gonna calm people down. Wrong. Instead, they just opened the floodgates. The whole internet is like, bet, say less, and now so many people are canceling Disney, plus the cancellation page itself is crashing. Disney is out here fumbling harder than a cheap Wi-Fi connection. So here is what happened. Jimmy Kimmel made comments after Charlie Kirk's death that rubbed a lot of conservatives the wrong way, and instead of standing firm, ABC, which is owned by Disney, suspended Jimmy Kimmel Live just to avoid the drama. But let's be real, that's only made things messier. Let's see how people are reacting to this. But before we do that, please subscribe to the channel, like and share the video to help the channel out, and don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments.
So Disney is learning in real time about the dangers of biting the hands that feed you. Because in the wake of Disney canceling Jimmy Kimmel Live due to comments, mild comments at that he made in regards to the Charlie Kirk shooting, the far right's reaction to it, and how Donnie doesn't even really seem to care about Charlie Kirk, millions, and I mean millions of people have canceled their Disney Plus, their Hulu subscription, their ESPN subscription. People are canceling their trips to Disney World and Disneyland. They're canceling their Disney cruises. And I, for one, am shocked at the lack of foresight that these executives, that Bob Iger had in this situation. Because what did you think was going to happen when they chose to side with one of the most evil administrations and most unpopular presidents in the history of America and not do right by Jimmy Kimmel? What did they think was going to happen? Did Bob Iger, because I guarantee he's the one that made the decision, did he really think that people would just get mad for a little bit and then move on? No, people are legitimately angry right now at the way this administration is moving. And for these people to see you, Disney, the company that produced a show called Andor, which is a Star Wars show about the dangers of fascism and the importance of fighting back, to see that company capitulate to Donald Trump over a thinly veiled threat from the head of the SEC is crazy. Now, full disclosure, I am a huge stan for Marvel Studios. I have been watching these movies since I was in high school, and I've seen every single one of them multiple times. But I will also be boycotting Disney and everything they fucking own until they put that man back on the air. Because Jimmy Kimmel didn't do anything wrong, number one. And two, and more importantly, I believe that Disney has an obligation to stand up for what's right, because they are a massive company. And for a massive company like Disney to serve up free speech on a platter to this evil-ass administration is a very dangerous precedent to set, and it only enables them lunatics in the White House right now.
Comfort and prosperity can be dangerous sometimes. That's why gluttony is a sin. When you took your first breath of life, were you this version of yourself? No, you were not. Mentally, physically, spiritually, you were this infant form, right? And you were cared for and you were nurtured and you were able to grow and grow and grow, right? And even though you went through some hard times and some good times, sometimes where you couldn't grow as much, sometimes where you could grow exponentially, right? You were cared for, you were nurtured, and you grew and you grew and you grew. So much so to where now you're so large and grown to where now you can grow your goddamn self. You don't need any help. Now you're the version you are now, right? That's how it starts. Just because people aren't getting snatched off the street and thrown into jail cells for using their freedom of speech doesn't mean that we're still a free country. The comfort and prosperity we're so used to is what's causing us to sleepwalk into this shit. I love that you have a comfortable life. I love that you have money in your bank account. Your bills are paid. I love that. That's great. Not everybody has that. And we're all collectively losing something as simple as the freedom of speech. The Second Amendment right depends on man-made things. The right to bear arms, those arms are man-made. The First Amendment, right? Freedom of speech. Whatever religion you honor, right? Your God-given speech, whoever your creator is, like, right? No man gave you speech, right? But now they want to control it. Wake up. There are other countries looking at us going, what the fuck? They're sleepwalking into this shit, because we are. When they said, fuck Joe Biden, fake election, fake president in 2022, who lost their jobs? When they called Kamala and Joe Marxist, communist, fascist, all these things they said from 2020 to 2024, who paid for using their freedom of speech, right? We condemn hate speech. We condemn violence, right? Jimmy Kimmel and the Jimmy Kimmel Live show canceled indefinitely. That is the attack on freedom of speech. That is baby fascism. That is sleepwalking into some shit, right? Because we have absorbed, I don't know how much freedom of speech from the other side that's allowed. But then when we don't give the ultimate sympathies for a citizen, they're calling for mass loss of employment, not knowing that mass employment affects everybody else too. So then in their world where every Democrat and liberal loses their job, you're going to have half of America unemployed, and they think they're not going to feel that? What is y'all's goal? You can indirectly suffer from other people's suffering if you didn't know. Like, what are we doing here? Is it just because our freedom of speech is costing some people loss of employment that we just go, oh my God, that's crazy? Does it have to be loss of life? Does it have to be loss of freedom? That man did not deserve to die that way. Nobody deserves to die that way. Political disagreements should never result in violence. Any sane civil human being understands that. But we don't have to ignore all the evidence and shit like that. Why do they get to mock George Floyd to this day? Why do they get to take pictures in front of Alligator Alcatraz? Why does the leader of the country get to say, oh, I'm going to teach the immigrants to run in an S like this so it's more likely that they survive the alligators that are chasing them? A judge said that Alligator Alcatraz was so inhumane that the people there had to be evacuated. They had to take it down. And there were people taking pictures in front of the sign, right? All of that has to be allowed. That's fine. This Fox News supporter said involuntary lethal injections just kill them. And then we have a homeless person hanging from a tree and a mass shooting at a homeless encampment. And Fox News did nothing. He's still employed. He literally said, just kill him. And then people went outside and did it. And he's employed. That's the baby fascism. Wake up. He can call for violence, and when it actually happens, that's fine. They can say, fuck Melissa Hortman right now, and nothing will happen to them. But a journalist at the Washington Post said no words of her own, posted a quote directly from that man, and lost her job. When tragedies happen, they'll say, oh, think about the kids. And then when somebody uses their freedom of speech and it's not in line with their ideology or their mindset, they go for their job as if that person might not have kids that rely on them and their parent having that fucking paycheck. It's not, oh, I feel bad for the kids then. Where is the division coming from? Why do we have to hate each other? What the fuck? Dude, what is that? What is that? Like, are y'all not seeing this? This is baby North Korea. What is this? Nobody's calling for violence. The person that actually did, nothing has happened to him. And the people that aren't are taking the blow? How many tragedies, dude? We want to talk about the innocence of the kids? Has anybody on the right talked about Melissa Hortman's dog? Children have the potential to grow up and be awful things or great things, right? It's a variable. Y'all have nothing to say for something as innocent as a dog, a golden retriever, right? They can say, fuck Melissa Hortman in that whole situation right now. And something as innocent as a fucking dog that guy also shot. They just asked the leader of the country about it. He says, I don't remember that. That's y'all's freedom of speech? I have to yell because are we not seeing this? There's still a lot of hee hee ha ha. I got on TikTok with comedic intentions, bunch of skits. Now I'm on here begging y'all to wake up. You should not have to worry about the continuation of your blessed life for the words that you speak unless you are calling for hatred and violence towards another. Then we have an issue with your words. But as long as it's not that, you don't have to praise something you would never agree with and then fear for the continuation of the prosperity and the blessings in your life. That's crazy, right? The Second Amendment right is man-made. The right to bear arms, them arms are man-made. Ain't no man gave us speech. And not only are they trying to take that from us, speech, they are excusing everything else. It is getting loved for, it is getting nurtured, it is growing. And before you know it, it won't need any help. It's going to be able to grow on its own. The First Amendment matters.
In light of the censoring and cancellation of Jimmy Kimmel for telling the truth, it should be clear to us that it is happening and is happening completely, which means we have one opportunity left before us, and that is to use our collective power. All the power we have left is as a collective. If we all were to cancel our Disney memberships, if we were all to cancel our cable and ABC, if we were all to actually put action behind our words and say no to the corporate media structures that are complicit in Trump's authoritarian takeover, we might make a difference. But until we are willing to put our action where our mouths are and do something, the snowball of momentum will continue to roll right over us. The time is now.
So Donald Trump told ABC to fire Jimmy Kimmel, a comedian and talk show host, because he said that Donald Trump mourned Charlie Kirk's death the same way a child mourns a dead goldfish. That's actually hilarious. I mean, is he wrong?
Charlie Kirk, may I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish.
I thought we were the snowflakes. I thought we were the cancel culture crowd. On one level, it's hilarious because it's like, why is our president getting comedians fired for jokes like that? And on another level, it's extremely concerning because why is our president targeting people for speech he doesn't like? That's fascism. That's dictatorship. Welcome to the dictatorship of America.
We have some major news right now. Disney Plus celebrities are coming out and asking people to boycott Disney Plus, Hulu, and other streaming services provided by ABC and Disney following the Jimmy Kimmel suspension. This is significant. First up, Tatiana Maslany, who's a Marvel star. She's the leading star in Disney Plus's She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. And she now says cancel Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN subscriptions. Meanwhile, Damon Lindelof, who is a showrunner behind the hit series Lost, which aired on ABC, is also urging people to boycott the company, calling Kimmel, quote, empathetic and grateful, saying that he cannot, in good conscience, continue to work for the company that imposed the suspension on Kimmel. More and more celebrities are speaking out. Kathy Griffin, Wanda Sykes, Ben Stiller, they've all spoken out about this decision, but celebrities within Disney Plus's network are saying, cancel Disney Plus. Wow, spread the word. Follow along, stay updated on all the news you need to know about, and subscribe to my Substack at the link in my bio to support my work. More to come.
Disney Plus, yeah, y'all could go ahead hit the road, Jack. Don't come around here no more. Disney Plus, y'all could go ahead hang it up flat screen if that's how y'all get down. Listen, y'all need to ask Target how we get down for real, okay? Because to this day, Target still don't know if they coming or going. Listen, honey, it ain't nothing for me to drop y'all like a bad habit. Because the only reason why I had Disney Plus is so I could watch the new version of the Proud Family. And I caught up on all the episodes, okay? Disney Plus, Disney, all the bundles. One band, one sound. All y'all can go. Listen, Disney Plus as a staff, record label, and a crew. And if you want to be down with Disney Plus, then you can go too. Since y'all want to cancel people all willy-nilly, then we finna cancel our services all willy-nilly. Listen, y'all not gonna learn until y'all numbers start going down. I hope y'all numbers go down like that Mary J. Blige song, okay? Did y'all not remember what happened to Target? Listen, Target had a little bit too much dip on his chip, okay? And you're seeing what happened to them. Listen, you want that to be you?
Reporting live from the United States of Embarrassment, I have your breaking good news. Now, over the course of the past, 2 days, over 1 million people have canceled their Hulu Plus, Disney, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, minus, whatever the fuck they're called, subscriptions. What does this mean? It means that you're on the right side. So if you're ever questioning or wondering, hey, like, maybe, am I the problem? No, you're not the problem. The problem is the other side, the cult, who simply regurgitate information that they've been fed and have no substantial backing to the feelings and the way that they think, because this is also hurting them. But they don't know, or they don't care. They don't realize that it doesn't matter, because when you're in a cult, I believe you're supposed to just like, it doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense. It's for the cause. And that's what these people are thinking. So what I want you to do is when there are days and when there are times where you're like, when will it end? See, there will be an end. This is only temporary. And yes, all of this will have to be undone. The next person in charge has a very, very big job ahead of them. But just knowing that this is temporary. Now, how temporary, we don't know. Hey, big sandals, like, hey, that's how I feel. However, just remember that we are on the same page, and it also is bringing our side together, but they're crumbling. And as always, I will be available to provide you with breaking good news to outweigh the bad. Bye, guys.
Get the boxing gloves out, because it's time for a fight. By now, we all know that Jimmy Kimmel was fired and his show was canceled. But here's the twist. Instead of walking away quietly, Jimmy Kimmel said, not too fast. He filed a lawsuit suing Disney and the parent company ABC for $1 billion. The claims are allegedly for contract disputes, creative control, and damages to his reputation. If this lawsuit goes forward, it could be one of the biggest celebrity versus corporation battles in Hollywood that courts have ever seen. So what it really comes down to, do we really have the freedom of speech? Or is everything that anyone say that anyone else disagrees with going to cause people to lose their jobs, get fired, and get canceled? So until this plays out, Disney, I guess you better start selling some vacation, booking some cruises, and getting some subscriptions, because $1 billion is a big payout. So do y'all think Jimmy Kimmel got a violent lawsuit? Drop y'all comments below. And like, share, comment, and read.
Now, people who actually liked Kimmel are furious. They are saying, oh, so Disney is so scared of politicians now. Cool. Cancel my subscription. And they meant it. Thousands of folks rushing to hit that cancel button. Imagine being Disney, begging for new subscribers every quarter, only to watch people leave in waves because you couldn't handle one man's late night jokes. And here is the funny part. Disney thought this was a safe move, but the more they try to play both sides, the worse it gets. Conservatives already hate Disney for being too woke, and now liberals are mad too. Disney managed to upset everybody at once. That's a special kind of talent right there. It's giving, well, I will do anything for money, but still end up broke. Like, pick up a lane, Disney. Do you want to protect free speech or silence it? Do you want customers or not? Because right now, people are taking their 13.99 a month X-ray and is not looking funny. This just proves that companies who chase politics instead of standing on principle always lose. Disney could have just let Kimmel handle the backlash, but instead they tried to play babysitter, and now they are paying the price. So yeah, the happiest place on earth, more like the messiest streaming service online. Anyway guys, I would like to know what you think about this whole situation in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share the video to help the channel out. See you in the next one. Bye.